Do you know the difference between an awakened person and someone who has not yet awakened? Let me tell you right now. A mature person listens to and follows the voice of conscience, thinks with their own mind, independently analyzing everything they hear, see, and read. An immature person, on the other hand, simply parrots what they hear at school, on the radio, on television, what they read in newspapers, magazines, the Holy Scriptures, or hear from the priest in church, the imam in the mosque, etc. And then they start to believe that this is their personal opinion about everything, even though they accepted it blindly, without thinking with their own mind and without listening to the voice of their conscience. Here is one example. A person considers himself a believer, Christian, Muslim, Jew, Buddhist, Hindu, etc. He says, I read the Holy Scriptures, the Bible, the Quran, the Tanakh. It doesn't matter. Yes, he may have even memorized the Holy Scriptures. He quotes them, but he does not think about the fact that some things in the Scriptures contradict conscience. Some things are presented as if they came from God, but they are simply unreasonable and even cruel. Think about it. Are you just parroting things? Because if a parrot has memorized something, it does not mean that it understands what it is saying. Just take a moment to reflect. Why has humanity been divided into religions, and religions into denominations? I ask you, who are you? You, for example, might say, I'm a Shia. I ask you further, is what Shias believe true? And you respond without thinking, yes, of course, that is the only truth. Then I ask someone else, who are you? He says, I am a Sunni, or Catholic, Reformist, Adventist, Buddhist. Let's ask each of them, is what Sunnis or Catholics or Reformists or Adventists or Buddhists believe true? Of course, each of them will answer without any hesitation. Now ask yourself, why are you a Sunni? Or why are you a Shia, a Catholic, a Reformed Christian, or an Adventist? After all, the Almighty is one for all people of the earth. So why the division? Why? Because you were born into a Sunni or Shia or Catholic family. That's why. If you, a Sunni or Shiite, had been born into a Catholic family, you would be a Catholic and would now be proclaiming, only Catholicism is the true faith. Don't you understand this simple fact? Have you never reflected on it in your life? Why am I telling you all this? Because we are now living in the end times, and the final stage of the soul's exam is underway. This exam began at the end of 2019. It is for everyone, no matter what you believe, whether you think you believe or you don't believe in God. Now is the concluding part of this exam before the so-called Judgment Day for all souls living on earth. References and predictions about this time and day have been preserved in all religions and denominations. Right now, we need to awaken, to let our consciousness grow. We need to realize that Satanists around the world continue to pit nations against each other, continue to divide you into religions and denominations, continue to distract you with all kinds of entertainment, sports events, TV series, talk shows, video games, social media, stories about salvation through Jesus, the quantum leap, and so on. They say, just believe and wait, submit, just do nothing, sit still, pray, meditate, and you'll be saved. But this is a trap. It is an illusion. Because meanwhile, the digital, and not only digital, collar around humanity's neck continues to slowly tighten. They tell you that nothing depends on you, that you should trust in God or Allah or Jesus, the quantum leap, or artificial intelligence. That you just need to let go of all your problems, focus on the positive, and entertain yourself. Wake up from this illusion. Now is not the time to sleep. The time has come to grow spiritually and start acting, each in their own small place, awakening others around to similar actions. We must begin to unite, regardless of differences in religious, political, national, or territorial issues. We must stop all conflicts and prevent military clashes from escalating into a major world war in which billions of people could die. We must now fight for our rights and freedoms at all levels of society, in every country, to prevent the population from chip implantation and so being reduced to the status of rightless cattle. Wake up and think about what is happening. Protect yourselves and the future for our children.